All right. Good. I believe that you guys are here now. Excuse me. Yeah. Good evening, Grace. You're welcome. And while we are waiting for the others to join, may I use this time to excuse me. In the last class, we started by looking at a paragraph. What is the importance of a paragraph in a piece of writing, in an essay? Why should I divide my writings into paragraphs? We looked at all those in the last class. We're able to come up with the saying that any longer piece of writing will require being segmented into paragraphs. As we all know that if you have a very long writing containing several ideas to pass to your reader or your listener, your audience, you will need to arrange it logically, then place an idea in a paragraph. That means paragraph. We've learned that in the last class that every paragraph is meant to introduce a different idea, a new idea, a single idea, one single idea discussed in one single paragraph. And so we say that there is something that helps us to fish out to determine the main thing a paragraph is talking about. You already know that a paragraph is meant to discuss one idea. So it's very important to know, how do I find this idea that a paragraph is all about? How do I discover this idea? How do I get it? That is where we started talking about the topic sentence. We defined the topic sentence. Let me take a kind of recap as I ask you guys now, what is a topic sentence based on what we did in the last class? What is a topic sentence? Already we know that a paragraph is a piece of writing which is unified by a central controlling theme or idea. So what did we say a topic? I need you guys to give us the definition. Yes, those of you that are here, you are welcome. Francis, Elizabeth, Sadiq, Miriam, and then Grace. So I asked a question. What is a topic sentence? We are just trying to recap last class. Of course, we talked about paragraph, a piece of writing which is unified by a central controlling idea or theme. Okay, uh, you, Sadiq Miriam is only telling us the position in which we can place the topic sentence. Yes, we know that the topic sentence may be in at the beginning of your sentence, it may be placed in the middle, and it may be placed at the end. But the question I'm asking you is, what is a topic sentence? What is a topic sentence? It seems you guys did not follow last class very well. Well, a topic sentence is that sentence that represents the central idea which controls the paragraph. You know that we said that a paragraph is unified by a central controlling idea. So that idea, that central controlling idea is what we call the paragraph. Sorry, the topic sentence. So Sadiq Miriam already reminded us that it could be found at the beginning, the middle, or at the end of a sentence. And that was where we stopped last week. We've looked at an example of placing the topic sentence at the beginning. And I asked you guys, or I gave you guys uh, an assignment asking you to write. Uh, the first assignment was, sorry, the question number one in the assignment was for you to look for a proper or suitable title to the story we read under placing the topic sentence at the beginning. And I think I gave you another one. The assignment three. What is the assignment three all about? Can someone remind me? I said you should write a paragraph, develop a paragraph on your own on any topic, just to help you know if you understood the idea of a paragraph. That means you have to discuss only one idea in that paragraph. You must not discuss three or four ideas or two, just one idea in the paragraph. Okay, I think some of you did well. If not that, I noticed that the use of AI was dominant, and that is so discouraging. The reason why you were asked is to challenge you, to help you think, to help you go back to the material to look for clues. But it's obvious that you went back, copy all the questions, drop it for AI and copy the response you got. That is bad. It means you are wasting your 3,000 naira, which you used to subscribe for this class. Make or get the best, make the most of your 3K. Challenge yourself. That is the best way to learn. AI is there to assist you, to improve you, not to replace you. So in the year, so now we want to practice placing the topic sentence at the end. One good thing about, and don't forget that when we talked about placing the topic sentence at the beginning, we mentioned some importance of doing that. We mentioned some importance at the beginning. May I read that place again to you that you don't forget, because they ask question on that TMA. I'm so certain of that. You will see this question in your TMA. Okay, let's start with reading that part again. Beginning a paragraph with a topic sentence helps both the writer and the reader. Beginning a paragraph with a topic sentence, that means placing your topic sentence at the beginning, that the first sentence is the main thing that the paragraph is all about. Every other thing the reader will read in that paragraph falls in place because the person already uh, got a glimpse of what the paragraph is all about. Description or anything you are doing in that paragraph will sync well when the person already know what you are talking about. That one is different from placing it at the end, when you start with story, description, gist about the matter, and then at the end you now put the real matter. You know that kind of one, you get that confused a bit. Your reader will be anxious. What is the main thing this person is talking about? All this to get to the root of the, that one keeps your reader curious. So uh, when you place the topic sentence, sorry, yes, at the beginning of the paragraph, it helps both you, the writer, and the reader. As the writer, you will have less difficulty in constructing a unified paragraph because you will relate every sentence to the topic sentence which you have already introduced at the beginning and the central idea it expresses. So your reader will know immediately what the paragraph is about because the opening sentence states the central idea. Now, in this paragraph, may I ask you guys what the topic sentence of this paragraph is? I've highlighted the paragraph, so I have a question. That is an icebreaker. In this highlighted paragraph, what is the topic sentence? Yes, I want you guys to. Okay, somebody said my screen stops showing. I think the network is at it. Let me try to check the Wi-Fi. I am seeing more than one stream of a thing. Why is it that during you people's class these days we're having issues with? I've been doing classes in the afternoon and everything is okay. Why is it your own now that is giving us headache? I think this is a YouTube issue. I'm not sure we'll be able to resolve this. Probably there'll be a need to stop the class and start it over again because the error is showing each error. This is YouTube error. I think. Oh goodness. Okay. 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 Somebody said it's back. Are you sure? Can you guys see it now for sure? I saw someone said it's back. Okay, if it's showing, then uh, I've highlighted the paragraph. So, what is the topic sentence in that paragraph? That is what I'm asking. The paragraph I have just highlighted, what is the topic sentence there? What is the topic sentence in that paragraph? Yes, I want you guys to answer that question. That is a challenge. What is the topic sentence in that paragraph? Beginning a paragraph with a topic sentence helps both the writer and the reader. As a result, as a writer, you will have less difficulty in constructing a unified paragraph because you will relate every sentence to the topic sentence and the central idea it expresses. Your reader will know immediately what the paragraph is about because the opening sentence states the central idea. That statement, they are just explanations. What is really going like this? This is so annoying. This is so annoying. The network is so annoying. I'm already getting tired. So it's like the screen is no longer showing. Hi. This one is not network. It's YouTube that is doing madness tonight. It's not a network issue. It's okay. It should be YouTube on its own. We just hope it will allow us tonight. Anyways, so you guys already see it. You can see that if I read only this place, I am likely going to understand this whole paragraph without even reading the remaining. Because I'm already saying now that what they want to tell me in this paragraph is the importance. So they've given me a statement that show that if you read all the remaining items here, you notice that they are just explanation, example, or trying to describe more items helps both the writer and the reader. That is the idea. So we move to what we have today, which is placing the topic sentence at the end. Placing the topic sentence at the end. That is our concern today. Because by now, I believe you guys already know how to place the topic sentence at the beginning. And then we've done practical, a lot of practical aspect of it. Now, the topic sentence at the end, let's read the story. In the year 1830, a French official unearthed in the year 1830, a French official unearthed in the valley of the Somme strange implements of flint now recognized as weapons with which the men of the old stone age made war. With these modest tools of death, it seems Neanderthal or Neanderthal man or men from what is now Germany and Cro-Magnon men from what is now France fought 50,000 years ago for the mastery of the continent. An army of lusty battle left perhaps a score of the dead on the field. 20 years ago, modern Germans and modern Frenchmen fought again in that same valley for that same prize with magnificent tools of death that killed 10,000 men in a day. One act alone has made indisputable, one act alone has made indisputable progress in history, and that is the art of war. Where did they place the topic sentence, and what is that topic sentence? You can see that this one is looking boring. Like when we started reading, I don't even know what they are talking about. The thing is just annoying, it's just boring. But when I got to the end, I saw something meaningful. Where did they place the topic sentence? Okay, somebody is saying that the art of war is a topic sentence. That is not the only thing there that is a topic sentence. It's a sentence, not a phrase. That act of war you say is not a sentence. And we're talking about the topic sentence. Okay, and somebody says, sir, is the topic sentence at the end always at the extreme? That question is a bit logical, but the answer is no. It depends on your skill. But if you are not placing it at the extreme end, you must be careful not to put it in the middle and think you put it at the end. That is another thing. Yes, which movie? One act alone has made indisputable progress in history, and that is the art of war. That is the topic sentence. Thank you. Thank you. So, mm, I'm waiting for the rest of you to answer that question. What is the topic sentence in that paragraph, and where was it placed? Already we know it is placed at the end, because that is what we are doing now. We are dealing with placing the topic sentence at the end. So what is that topic sentence? Fish it. Let's fish it out from that paragraph. Okay, I hope I have answered Francis. Uh, uh, the only thing you should know is that when you are placing in from beginning, you will be building them to that topic sentence. It's just like a house that you are building that doesn't have beauty until you roof it. Like you see a structure that is it's until you put the roof on it that it's now look beautiful. That is something like that. So it may be at the extreme like that. But just be careful that when you don't want to place it at the extreme, you don't end up placing it in the middle and you think you place it at the end. Don't forget we have three positions. You either place it at the beginning, in the middle, or at the end. We've done at the beginning. We are doing at the end now. So the topic sentence here is one act alone has made indisputable progress in history, and that is the act of war. That is our main concern here. Now, what is the importance of placing the topic sentence at the end? We will learn that too. Don't forget, we've learned the importance of placing it at the beginning. Also learn the importance of placing it at the end. But let's hold on. Now, adapted from Will Durant, Why Men Fight. That excerpt that we've read above is from the book Why Men Fight, written by Will Durant. Now let's look at the glossary. Unearthed means dug up. Unearthed means dug up. You are digging something that has been buried before. Implement means tools. You know, when you say implement, you are talking about another thing. That one is a verb. Now, when you say implement, we are talking about tools. You get there too in that in this course. The same word like that, but when you pronounce it differently, it means different things. We have flint, which means very hard gray stone. It's a type of stone. Flint is a very hard gray stone. Then the Stone Age, of course, that one is not new to any one of us here. That is the earliest known time in the history of man, when only the stones was used for making tools, weapons, and the rest of them. Even for lighting fire, they use stones then. Then modest means simple. When you say modest, we are talking about simple. Then the Neanderthal man is a type of early human creature who lived in Europe during the early stage stone. And then we have the Cro-Magnon man, that is prehistoric man who lived in southwestern Europe and used bone and stone tools. You know that we know that the meaning of implement now means tools. So the Cro-Magnon man uses bones as tools, bone and stones as tools. Those are special type of creatures, like special type of men in those days, the Neanderthal man and the Cro-Magnon man. Then we have the continent, which in this case we are talking about Europe. You know, we have Africa is also a continent on its own. Then we have lusty battle, which is energetic fighting, that is lusty battle. We have score. A score is 20. Those of you that are good in mathematics, you know that a score in maths is 20. Then we have magnificent, which means something is grand and powerful. Then indisputable, the adjective, because we may have the noun, but in the case, the usage in this passage is adjective. When is too certain to be questioned. When something is too certain to be questioned. So we have the glossary there. Let's test ourselves now. Let's test ourselves. When I drop the meaning of something now, you just tell me the word. I will drop the meaning, you tell me the word. Yes, the first one is there. That is an icebreaker. Next one, what is the word? That is the meaning. What is the word? Before we move to the next thing we'll be having. Yes, I am waiting for responses. I've dropped it there. What is the word? You have there the meaning. What is the word? Okay, Cro-Magnon man. Okay. Magnum man. So we have only 5 people online. That is fine. That is fine. I think it's because we are giving these guys free access. From next class, I will lock it completely. Completely. You are abusing it because we are giving you free access now. No contribution. You are just here for being sake. So the second one is very hard greystone. At least in this meeting, I've turned off ads. There is no ad stopping anybody. So I'm expecting active participation. So what is now the difference? Even when we had ads turned on, then you people were contributing well. Okay, so we have Flint. Thank you. So placing the topic sentence at the end or in the middle is a more difficult skill. The advantage is having it at in having it at the end is that all the sentences build up to this topic sentence and the conclusion becomes more effective. I hope you guys, we've done the advantage of placing the topic sentence at the beginning. Now we are now placing it at the end, and we are talking about the advantage. And when you place the topic sentence at the end, it's very simple. What happens is every other thing you want to say, you build them up to that topic sentence. The topic sentence now stays at the foundation. So you are now building it from up, down, 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 down until you get to the foundation. So everything you want to say about that topic, you would have finished saying it. Then you will land on the topic sentence. So the advantage of placing the topic sentence at the end is that all sentences will be built up to it. It's as simple as that. All sentences will be built up to every sentence you want to make in that paragraph will be built up to the topic sentence. That is placing the topic sentence at the end. Self-assessment. In the context of example 2, what are the points of similarity between the events that took place in ancient and modern times? Give 2 instances. Okay, let me leave this as homework. This is the type of homework that is sweet. You cannot go and ask AI this one. Okay, let me leave this as homework. So, what's the name? Self-assessment. Let me copy everything and drop it in the group. This will be your first homework. You submit to, I hope that name, sorry. So that is assignment 1. Then as the conclusion becomes more effective. Now let's look at placing the topic sentence in the middle. May I remind you guys that there is a question they usually ask. The most difficult task is placing the topic sentence in the middle. In fact, an amateur writer cannot do that. Only professional writers can place or put the topic sentence in the middle. It's a very complex task. Very complex task. While the easiest one is placing it at the beginning. Placing it at the end is also somehow tedious, somehow hard, but placing it in the middle is the most complex task to do, and not everybody can do that. Only professional writers will be able to do that. So let's read about an example of placing it in the middle. So they say the topic sentence of the paragraph below is hidden somewhere within the paragraph. Find it and place it in the correct position. After you have completed the exercise, you should check your answer with that given at the end of the unit. Okay, now we want to test our topic sentence generally. So the writer of this paragraph has done a good job. The person hid the topic sentence in the body of the paragraph. So we don't know if it's at the middle, at the beginning, or at the end. But let's read the paragraph and then we'll fish out the topic sentence. So I will take it slowly. It's on the screen there. I believe everybody can see it. The topic is in mother's shadow. In mother's shadow. In mother's shadow. Okay. During its early weeks, it depends almost completely upon her. During its early weeks, it depends almost completely upon her, and she, in turn, fastens her attentions upon it. Although from time to time she will allow the other females to hold and fondle it. Sheltered by its mother, the growing infant gradually widens its contact with the outside world. Though its first week is spent sleeping and nursing. Some of you that have corrupt mind, your mind will be thinking something else as you are reading this paragraph. The paragraph is very funny. But some of you that have corrupt mind, I know you're already thinking something weird in your mind. You're already picturing wrong things. You people should repent. Though its first week is spent sleeping and nursing, by its second, it is already stumbling about and being restrained by a yank of the tail or leg. Nothing could be more important to the development of an infant Indian languor than its relationship with its mother. That sentence is very thick. Nothing could be more important to the development of an infant Indian languor than its relationship with its mother. At 4 weeks, on steady feet, it ventures forth and discovers the world, or at least that part of it, within a safe 3 or 4 feet of its mother. What is the topic sentence? That is a question. That is what they ask us at the beginning. They ask us to look for the topic sentence. It is hidden in the sentence, so in the paragraph. So what is it? Is there any one of us that have discovered it yet, or we should read it again? Yes, I've seen it already. Don't forget that the topic sentence is the main idea of the paragraph. Any other thing they are saying in that paragraph is just trying to either explain the topic sentence, describe the topic sentence, give examples of the topic sentence, expand the topic sentence. But the main thing that the person is actually talking about is captured in the topic sentence. The central idea or theme, that is the topic sentence. So let's fish it out. Which of the sentences? We have several sentences. Let me see how many sentences we have here. We have one here. We have two here. Then we have three here. We have four. We have five. The paragraph is made up of 5 sentences. Which of them is the topic sentence? I hope I see how people with me here. Okay, let me read the sentences one by one. Sentence number one. Let me highlight it and read it so you guys will know where it stopped. Sentence number one. Okay, somebody is already trying. Madam Titilola is already saying nothing could be more important to the development of an infant. And then blah blah blah. She tried to that. I know the sentence she's trying to say. The sentence she's choosing is that nothing could be more important to the development of an infant Indian languor than its relationship with its mother. Okay, okay. Majority are going for that, but I have only 3 people online answering out of the 29 or 30 of you that are here. The rest of you should continue. You see what I will do in the next class. You'll be surprised. So during its early weeks, it depends almost completely upon her, and she in turn fastens her attentions upon it, although from time to time she will allow the other females to hold and fondle it. That is sentence number one. It ends there. Sentence number two is sheltered by its mother. The growing infant gradually widens its contact with the outside world. That is sentence number two. It ends there. Sentence number three. Though its first week is spent sleeping and nursing, its second, by its second, it is already stumbling about and being restrained by a yank of the tail or leg. That is sentence number three, and it ends there. Sentence number four says, nothing could be more important to the development of an infant Indian langur than its relationship with its mother. Sentence number four, it ends there. Then the last sentence says, on steady feet, it ventures out and discovers the world, or at least that part of it, within a safe 3 or 4 feet of its mother. Now, thank you. I see that we all agree with sentence number four as the topic sentence, which says, nothing could be more important to the development of an infant Indian langur than its relationship with its mother. Fine. We'll know whether that is the correct one or not. Let's read on. Then for the glossary, let's try to know the meaning of some of the words used in the paragraph. Fasting her attentions upon it is a phrase. Fasting her attentions upon it is a phrase, and it means fixes her mind on it by watching it or listening to it. Fondue is a verb, the verb form of that word, fondue. It means sucking milk from the mother's breast. Sucking milk from the mother's breast. Then stumbling means walking on unsteady feet. Walking on unsteady feet. That is the meaning of stumbling. Then we have restrain, to be held back. When you hold back something, you are restraining that thing. Yank, the non version of that word. The non version of that word. Yank means a sudden sharp pull. A sudden sharp pull. Infant is a very young creature, and then ventures forth. Ventures forth means takes the risk of going forward. We will test ourselves on this, but let's first check where the topic sentence was placed. Is there a topic sentence in the following paragraph? Underline it if it is there. If you don't find a topic sentence, state the main idea of the paragraph in your own words. Okay, before that, I want us to check the answer to uh, that our former, where did they provide the answer? Are you sure they provided the answer here? I'm not sure. Oh, no, sorry. It's like they didn't give us the answer, so probably we will decide. Hold on, I want to check the possible, because it states that they will give us the answer. No, that is bad. The answer is not stated. All right, so but we already know the answer. We know where the topic sentence is. What we chose is actually correct, but I'm just trying to, okay, maybe when we read on, might likely meet it. Okay, no problem. So we have seen the topic sentence. So those of you that said I would like to give you guys this one as assignment. You check whether there is a topic sent. The thing is, if I give you this now, you will go and copy it to AI. You guys are you are getting someone scared of giving you homework now. So the topic sentence, as agreed upon by every member of the class is this sentence 4. Because if you tell me this sentence 4 alone, I can make meaning from it. If you check every other sentence, they can't really stand alone without being connected to the other sentences. They can't stand alone. But this one now, if you tell somebody nothing could be more important to the development of an infant Indian langur than its relationship with its mother, it makes meaning. It makes meaning without being connected to any other sentence. It can stand alone and still make meaning. So that is what we agree upon. And this their second paragraph, which is a kind of text. I will give you guys as homework because it's challenging. I just pay you people with it on your own. You not go and copy to AI. So the next one we'll go into is developing the topic. That is another topic on its own. Now you've learned how to place, mind you, the the paragraph we just finished reading is just trying to teach you how to place the topic sentence in the middle. Like I've said earlier, it's a very complex task. It's not something for amateurs. Placing the topic sentence in the middle. So that is what we have just done. In essence, we have done the three uh, forms or styles of placing the topic sentence at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. So we go to developing the topic. But before then, let me check our time. I've promised that we will not be exceeding 45 minutes in each class. Okay. I think we can still take developing the topic. Yes, let's vote. Let's vote. Let's vote. Should we continue or do you guys want to hang the boot here? Should we continue or we should hang the boot here? I want to be sure that all members of my now they know what a paragraph is, what a topic sentence is, how to place a topic sentence at the beginning, how to place a topic sentence in the middle, how to place a topic sentence at the end. All right, so we have done justice to that. So let's learn how to develop your topic. Now, when you have a topic, the rate of dropout among the students of National Open University of Nigeria, you've gotten a topic. How do you develop it? There are several ways you can develop a topic. You can develop it using description. You can develop it using explanation. You can use illustration. There are so many ways you can develop a topic, and that is what we want to go into now. So that when a topic comes to your mind, you don't just start. You see, the end products that this course is trying to get out of you is a professional writer. I told you guys already from the beginning. The main aim of GST102 is to produce in you a professional writer and a speaker, a professional public speaker. Now, a writer will always develop topics. You always have to write on one topic or the other. So when you laid hold of a topic, what will determine the style you will use in developing it? We have several types. You can use explanation, you can use examples, you can use illustration, you can describe, you can, we have several types of developing a topic. But what will determine the type of style you will use? What are the factors you need to consider? Those are the things we want to learn now. Are you sure Dora is in this class? I've not seen her contribute since we've started. I'm not sure she's available tonight. Okay, so in order to develop the central theme of a paragraph, in order to develop the central theme of a paragraph, you have to expound the idea contained in the topic sentence. This can be done by 1, adding more information, 2, explanation, 3, examples, 4, illustrations, and so on and so forth. to the idea expressed in the topic sentence. We shall discuss different ways of developing a paragraph in greater detail in Unit 2, where we are in Unit 1 now. So, is straightforward. What was written there is the central theme of a paragraph. You have to expand the idea that topic sentence. It's like my network is even trying to act funny. Okay, it's back now. Let's get to it. If you read paragraph given under example 1 again, you will notice that this paragraph is mainly by adding examples. You guys remember the story we read last week, the one I gave you an assignment on, to give a suitable title to give a suitable title to. And I think some of you were saying in your answers, in you said human interaction with animals. That is, I saw some people gave that. Some people said the relationship between humans and animals, and so on and so forth. Those were the responses we got from you in the assignment. So, analysis of the paragraph. Now we want to talk about that same paragraph that we've gone through. The first paragraph we talked about, the one you were giving homework, the one of Hunter and the quarry. Now let's analyze that part. The first thing to look at in that paragraph is that the topic sentence of the paragraph is the vast majority of people, wherever they live and whatever their occupation, come in contact with animals in one way or another and have to deal with them. Topic sentence of that paragraph. Now, what are the examples given to make the topic sentence, to develop it, to give it more depth? Examples given in that paragraph, like we have examples like the hunter, the farmer, the fisherman, and the city dweller. Those part of the paragraph serves as examples in order to develop. That means to have something to write on that topic. Then, in summing up, stating that there is a common bound between man and other creatures. That was how they summarized the whole paragraph. So now read example 3 below slightly. Let's go to the example 3. But before we go to the example 3, I have some icebreaker to give you guys on the paragraph we read on uh, what is it called? Putting the topic sentence in the middle. So I will drop the meaning of the word, you tell me the word. I will drop the meaning of the word, you tell me what word was that in that particular mother's shadow. Mother's shadow. So that is the first one, and I have so many to give you guys. Some of them. Okay. Well, you're still far from it. Bringing it up now. Yes, so it's only Grace that is now online. Well done. So we have takes the risk of going. Oh, it's like YouTube itself is acting funny tonight. Guys, so let me just copy the next assignment. So you go do that and submit to Omoya Suno I don't know if he's in class. I can't really say. That is the second assignment. You have two assignments now. Rephrase it very well and turn it into uh, a single and I think that is where we hang the boots tonight. So far, so good in just 102. You have done paragraph, the meaning, you have done the topic sentence, and the different ways in which you can style the topic sentence, like placing it at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end of a paragraph. And we also learned about the advantages of each of them. The advantage of placing it at the beginning, placing it at the end. Well, placing it in the middle is really complex, so no advantage was given for that. But you sure know placing it in the begin, sorry, on at the end. For at the beginning, it helps both you, the writer, and the reader. For placing it at the end, all the sentences to be built up onto it. In the next, we'll continue from this example 3, where we will talk about building the topic sentence. We are still under building the topic sentence. We'll use this example 3 from next class. Make sure you do the homework. In fact, the homework seems to be more important attending this class, and I will tell you why. This is a general class. The homework helps you to do more research on your own by looking for the proper way of answering the questions. I'm not sure Moyasuno is here tonight too. Most of my class captains are not here. Only Grace is available tonight. Even Mr. Case is not available. That is not bad. So Grace, I think you will take over the assignment since the person I'm calling is not available. So take over the assignment, Grace. Submit to Grace. I want it to be submitted before Sunday. Let's take it before Sunday. Yes, advantage of placing it in the middle is not discussed because, like I said, it's a complex task. It's really not. It's just like trying to show professionalism. That is when you place it at the middle. Sorry, in the middle. It's not really that it has any advantage, like either to you, the writer, or the reader. In fact, it has its disadvantage self, because if you are not a professional, you can't do it. So, no advantage given on that. Having done this, and do enjoy the rest of your night. Don't forget what we have to make yourselves available. Good night.